Welcome back to Dummy Boy Finance. I'm Dummy Boy, and right now I want to go over what happened with Tilray stock, what I personally did with my position in Tilray, and what to expect going forward with Tilray. So right now we're looking at Tilray on the hourly time frame. We had a nice earnings beat yesterday, so I did expect for better price action today. And so if you guys did watch the video I posted yesterday, I did mention a line of resistance that we needed to break, which was that $35 level of resistance. And so what happened at the beginning of the day, we actually immediately got rejected, right? So you can see pre-market, we did test this level of around $35, and then we could not hold that line. We did get rejected, and that is when I sold my position, because that was a key level of resistance that I wanted to see. If we broke that point, then that $41 range would have been my target to sell. But because we could not break that 35, I did have to cut my position right there. And thankfully I did, because what followed next was a technical breakdown, which I did expect to happen after that point in price action. Because when you see something like a good ER and then the following day you don't get the price action in the morning that you want, that does give you a signal as a trader that you aren't going to get that type of movement later on in the day. And so that's kind of the way I saw it. I didn't see the price action I wanted to see. We got rejected by our $35 line of resistance. And so I did sell my position there. I had hopes of buying back in at this line of support right here that we were in Tilray on this uptrend. And so I was watching and I was waiting, and we did break down. And so I was hoping we were going to get back in, but again, we just kept bleeding and bleeding and bleeding. And so on a technical level, you could see that we did break down from our uptrend line. And so our second level of support comes here from our second uptrend line right here that has tagged the top peaks of these movements a whole bunch of times and has treated this price action as resistance. And so right now what we want to see with this price action is this to hold as a level of support. And so if we can hold here at a level of support, that would be a bullish sign. But the one thing that does look a little bit scary here on this chart is a potential head and shoulders, this being the head, this being a shoulder, this being a shoulder. And so if we do test, get rejected here, I do believe we will test our 50-day SMA, which is here at around $16. And so that is a lot of downside risk here with Tilray. And so those of you guys who are still in this stock or are buying the stock right now, I would say be patient with this one, because we had a stop loss here right under our uptrend. We're below our uptrend now, and so we are at a point in no man's land right now, and we do need to see a distinctive bottom on this stock. And so our first level of support here is on this uptrend at around $23, $24. If we cannot hold that line of support, look for a back test of this 50-day SMA. So we are still very overextended here on Tilray in terms of our moving averages. You can see we are well above these positions, and we just saw what happened with UAVS. And so with Tilray, we could get one negative report that could bring this down a lot further. And so the one catalyst that we had and expected to do very well did not play out how we wanted it to play out. And so now I do believe there's a lot more downside risk here in Tilray than there is upside. And so I personally had a position here at $32. I didn't see the price action that I wanted to see, and I did sell my position here in Tilray. And so right now we are just kind of bleeding down with this one. And always remember, as a trader or as an investor, that if you are in this stock, cutting your losses is not the worst thing, because instead of having capital locked up in a stock that's going to continually go down in the short term, you have cash ready to be deployed in another opportunity with a better technical setup where you can make your money back and even more than you invested. And so that should be the mindset of any trader who has lost any money in Tilray stock. And so today was a perfect example on why understanding and reading charts is so important, because it does save you a lot of money in the short term and in the long term, because you can't predict what's going to happen with price movement. You can only react as fast as possible. And so that is the whole point of this channel, to let you guys know, keep you guys as updated as possible with these lines of support and resistance, as well as price targets to look out for when you are trying to get into a stock or trying to sell. And so I hope I did save some of you who did watch my video yesterday and did listen to the advice that I gave. Price action did not follow as we expected it to, but all we could do is react as best as we could to the price movement. And so that was my quick little update here on Tilray stock, a very very tough day for the cannabis industry. We were down 14%, and we do see more further downside here with Tilray. And so if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to like. We are on that road to 10K subs, so if you made it to this point, feel free to hit the subscription button. This is Dummy Boy Finance. I'm Dummy Boy, and I'll see you guys in the next one.